It's time once again for Poetic Justice, the part of the show where we read an edited poem.
Hello again, or if I've never met you, hello for the first time. Today I'm going to read the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," a classic, edited by me. I hope you enjoy my changes. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Except there was someone wrapping last-minute gifts, trying to be silent, but trying to be swift. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. They'd been on our feet and smelled really gross. First thing he'd notice is the smell of our toes. The children were nestled all snug in their beds while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. Am I sure about this? How do I know? Since this is my story, it's because I say so. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. It's called hibernation, that's what we do there. Bet you didn't know this poem's about bears. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. I opened my laptop, went to Facebook, posted someone's outside. I'm gonna take a look. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. I had grabbed my shotgun from out of the den. If in for a fight, that person wouldn't win. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. To say the least, it was rather bright, even though it was the middle of the night. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. I recognized them at once, knew them by sight, but photos online hadn't gotten them quite right. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. But what if a thief or a sleigh jacker? What if this person was a late-night attacker? More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. The middle of the night, didn't anyone tell him there's no need for all of that yelling? Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. Shouting out names for the neighbors to hear, waking them up seemed the least of his fears. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. But was he coming or going, I wasn't quite sure. Why say away when he really meant towards? As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. Those are some visuals for you to imagine, not for no reason, just picture a dragon. So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. All of that movement made the vehicle shake. If it fell from the sleigh, it would surely break. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. That better be Santa and not some thief. Thinking this thought gave me no relief. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. Being quite cautious, I still had my gun. I knew how to use it to protect everyone. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. I still wasn't sure was this Santa Claus, no need to fire yet, so I stood with a pause. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back and looked like a peddler just opening his pack. Was this stuff stolen or was it legit? I wondered aloud, where did he get it? His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. Was he feeling well? Was he contagious? To become sick by Santa would be simply outrageous. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. He smiled at me and still had my hand, but he wasn't afraid. I didn't understand. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath. Yes, Santa smokes, he's still a role model. He also had whiskey and drank straight from the bottle. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. Bet you didn't know that jelly can laugh. A misplaced modifier can be quite a gaff. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. I had given a chuckle, still somewhat nervous, that this fat man in a suit come here just to hurt us. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. So I lowered my gun from its steady aim, thankful it wasn't his life I had claimed. He spoke not a word, but went straight to work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. It was probably the foot smell that made him react, unless it was the smoke that caused him to hack. And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. I'll never know if it was our feet or his smoke, which caused dear Santa to cough and to choke. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. He was really quite silent inside that room, but noisy as traffic when out under the moon. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. He had shouted to all again without warning. Then someone cursed and replied, It's still early morning. Thank you.
This has been Poetic Justice. Tune in next time for more Poetic Justice. See?